All right, y'all, let's pretend you are in the process of getting to know somebody, right? You're feeling them, you find them attractive, but there's one major problem. You notice that their energy seems finicky. What I mean by that is low vibrational energy. It could be the fact that the text messages are dry or they take days to respond, so on and so forth. Maybe when you're with them in person, they just seem out of the experience of what you guys got going on. Listen, 9.5 times out of 10, we call that low energy when it comes to dating. And there's different stages of dating in terms of energy. You have no energy, low energy, mid energy, high energy. Also known as low interest, no interest, mid interest, high interest, right? I'm not going to discuss the different types today. I've talked about that on other videos. I'll leave a link below if I can remember which video it was. But anyways, I'm going to tell you why low energy and low interest dating is actually worse than no energy at all. And it's very simple. When you are trying to get to know somebody that has no energy or no interest, it's easy to see. And I'm going to tell you why it's easy to see. It's very easy to see because they ain't giving you nothing. 0 plus 0 equals 0. 0 minus 0 equals 0. 0 times 0 equals 0. Nothing equals nothing at the end of the day. So if a person's not giving you no energy at all, you already know what the deal is. And that helps you make a calculated decision. Not even a calculated decision. You ain't got to calculate nothing. You can just leave, right? You ain't got to do no math with 0 and 0. It's that simple. Shoot, so simple even a 2 or 3-year-old could do it if they really wanted to. You feel me? But the problem with low interest, right, compared to like mid interest or something like that, when you have mid interest in somebody or mid energy, and I'm not I wasn't gonna go over this, but I'm gonna just use an example. It's easy to pinpoint what may be some of the challenges, because it's not necessarily that they're in and out, especially if it's the early stages. A lot of people are gonna give you mid energy because they're trying to fill you out. They don't know who you are yet, and so on and so forth. Very respectable. But the reason why low energy and low interest is dangerous compared to everything else is because when somebody has low interest in you or low energy, if you don't pick up the signs right away, especially if you don't like have an abundance mindset, or if you are just not a chill guy or a chill gal, it's one of those things where oftentimes they'll give you just enough to keep you around, also known as breadcrumbing, and they won't ever fully embrace you. Or if they do embrace you, it might do it because they're bored. The person that they're interested in is not really responding or not reciprocating what they want, and so on and so forth, right? Messing around with somebody that has low energy or low interest is very dangerous because when you like somebody, you're going to give mid to high energy, right? I'm not saying you're going to do it every day. There are some days where you might give low energy because you just might not be in the mood or life might be lifing, and that's totally understandable. But when somebody is consistently giving you low energy, again, they're doing just enough to keep you in the field without fully acknowledging or embracing that you've consistently been there. That's what's so dangerous about low energy and low interest. What can low energy and low interest look like in addition to a few of the examples I gave at the beginning? Well, through texting, it can look like one-word responses, dry responses, not texting for days. I'm not going to say hours because, people got lives, people got jobs, so on and so forth. Not even texting for weeks, even. At that point, I consider it no energy, in my personal opinion. What does it look like with phone conversations? Well, you're lucky if you can even get a phone conversation, right? Granted, some people prefer text, some people prefer a phone. If somebody really likes you, they're going to at least try to do, even if it's not really their stilo, right? What does it look like in person with low interest? You go there, like I said in the beginning, the person seems kind of zoned out. It's a situation to where maybe it's like pulling teeth to get on a date. You probably won't even get a date, to be real with you. you probably won't even get a date. Now, I know some people, they might think that's no interest. I'm not going to go that far, because no interest means they just totally ignore you, in my opinion, and they just keep moving, you know what I'm saying? Or they just fall back completely. Sometimes low interest individuals will give you just enough to where you will have the courage to ask them out on a date or say, hey, I want to hang out somewhere, and they'll make excuses, right? Generally for men that want to date women, what'll happen is, if you go out on a date, you'll notice that the woman never offers to pay. Never even thinks about taking initiative. That is low interest. Or for a woman that goes out on a date with a man, if he's consistently talking about 50-50, and this is an unpopular opinion here, I know, because, you know, the whole FNS movement and this and that and so on and so forth, but if he's always offering 50-50 or expecting you to pay, he ain't interested. Unless he tells you up front, or not, he's not interested, he has low interest. Unless he tells you up front that he's going through some financial hardship or dealing with some things. You feel me? So, bottom line, at the end of the day, not to drag this video on for too long, don't mess with people that have low interest or low energy for you. As I've said in a lot of my videos in the past, if it ain't at least mid-energy, mid-interest, because you can work with that. Because mid-interest can turn into high interest in a heartbeat if you do it right. Don't bother with them. Or, here's another suggestion. You can, if you believe in having a roster, I know everybody don't believe in having that roster, but if that's your stilo, maybe keep them on the outer side of your roster and keep the people who are more interested inside your roster. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm an advocate for rosters, but I do understand that people have them. So just putting it out there. All right. Marcus Frazier for Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. Hope you have an amazing, amazing, awesome day. Stay blessed. Talk to you soon.